Now there's a huge weather hunting opportunity coming down the pipe right now, and when it gets to this time of year, it gets exciting. It's one of my favorite times of year to hunt. I love early December. I love second rut. So when you combine the second rut, which is starting to take place, I had Lucky, 5-year-old, moved by me last night right before dark, and half hour later he was about a half mile away on another mock scrape and moving through, hitting the scrape. So pretty cool to see that. He's really moving. And that's what happens this time of year. They start looking for does. They might get a scent of a doe here or there. But bottom line is, second rut is starting to take place in some of these northern Midwest areas, and they'll take place all the way down to Missouri, Tennessee, over into Arkansas, Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia on that line in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So this is really starting to come. But bottom line is, this cold front's going to be sweeping across country, and it's a really good one. So when this happens this time of year, it's not just the cold, it's the snow and the wind too. I like to put a priority on temp drop, then wind, those calming conditions. And when these take place, after it's been boring and there really hasn't been much going on, we've had temperatures in the mid 50s to 60, just really not much going on in terms of moisture or anything. When this happens, then it changes things in the whitetail world. And you really just need to be an avid hunter to see this. You know, the weather affects deer movement. Look at the extremes. If it was 90 right now in southeast Minnesota, southwest Wisconsin, northern Indiana, even 90 down in Kentucky, you're going to see the conditions moderate. You're not going to see a lot of deer movement during the daylight. Now on the flip side, if we had blizzard conditions, high winds, 40, 50 mile an hour, and we're getting a few inches of snow and we have those blizzard conditions, the deer aren't going to move. That's obvious common sense. So at some point in there, deer move, they don't move. Deer are encouraged to move, they're not encouraged to move. And this is that algorithm that I've worked on since, hunting these conditions and creating an algorithm going back 30 years that's infused in HuntCast with HuntWise, 25% off. Make sure you check out the link in the description for that. Bottom line is, these conditions are in there for you. You can figure it out on your own. Bottom line is, Monday, today, that we're shooting this. You're going to see this on Tuesday, Dylan. Is that right?
Tomorrow morning.
I'm really pushing Dylan to get this out because it's important.
We got this, bud.
We got it. Thanks, Dylan. But he does this a lot, by the way. People say, well, how many weeks or how many months in advance are you planning your videos? Well, today it'd be about 16 hours.
Yeah.
Something like that. We're giving Dylan plenty of time to do this. He's a professional. He can handle it.
Now, if Jeff kills something tonight, that's really going to put a strain on this, because then it's going to be a late night. I got to drive home and then edit it. So
that's it.
I will happily do
I'm not going to shoot something. Yeah. That's it. We had that earlier this year when Dante and Jen killed something. Dylan, you were on the way back from hunting out west.
Yes.
And so he's coming home and he's telling Jara, I'll be home.
Jara in like 20 days or something crazy like that.
Yeah, Jara's wife. That's not his cat or something. This is important. It's wife. And then Jen killed one. Dante killed one. Dante's with a hellacious drag uphill. It was a longer night. And so Jara didn't see Dylan for what would have been a normal night, probably got home by 9, 9:30, something like that. Yeah. And then you're getting home more like, I remember you put something on Instagram, I think, and it was
right
1.
2, yeah.
Yeah. About the time we were going to bed. I think something like it was a late night for all, but appreciate it, Dylan. So today, kind of a interesting day because it was just 55, 57 2 days ago. And so now it's 43 today, but there's easterly wind. When you get easterly winds this time of year and the temperatures drop and the deer know something's up. What's crazy though is they understand the difference of getting caught out in the open in a blizzard and hunkering down. Tonight's not a hunkering down kind of night. It's 43 degrees. It's going to be 35 tomorrow. The temperature's not dropping that much. We're not getting moisture in the air. So they, a lot of times, will put the feed bag on the front side of a storm like this. Not always. The backside's always better. But this is one of those nights where everything sets up. We're not going to have really strong winds. We're getting south-southeast winds. The storm's setting up for tomorrow. In fact, those winds, Dylan, you said those winds aren't coming down until Wednesday night, and it's Monday today. So that sets up really nice. So Tuesday, tomorrow, 3 to 6 inches of snow. Now, we're over here to the west a little bit. A lot of you watching this are easterly, Michigan, Illinois. Chicago is actually our biggest city by far. And then you have Detroit, Minneapolis, New York. You have all these big cities out here, whitetail cities, and let alone Columbus, Cincinnati, some of those bigger cities in the Midwest area. But bottom line is, this will be sweeping over your way. Like if you get over the East Coast, you're about 2 days behind this, like Pennsylvania even. You're about a day and a half usually behind our weather. But Tuesday, 3 to 6 inches of snow. Really cool. A lot of these deer, when there hasn't been snow on the ground, a lot anyways, and you get this, it's not overly blizzard type. It's not 19 degrees or 10 degrees or 5 where they just need to hunker down. Then we see a lot of movement during the snow, especially these longer snows that take place over a long period of time. It's just gently coming down. I'm hunkering down in conifers, areas with high stem count, away from fields when that wind starts to pick up. But Tuesday will be a great day to hunt. And then Wednesday, 24 degrees. A lot of times this will show up as a really good day to hunt, even on hunt casts, but you really need to figure in the winds. If the winds are still going to be 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds with 35-mile-an-hour gusts, those deer are either not going to be moving in flatland, or they're going to be on the lee side of the hills in calm areas, or on the downwind side of big conifer thickets, CRP fields with a lot of switchgrass that block that wind. Deer will move during windy weather to seek shelter away from the wind. If they can't, they typically don't move. So it can be misleading. A lot of the scientific studies that show deer move during wind, they don't calculate deer moving to get out of the wind. So it's very deceiving. You're on a big ridge system hanging on to your favorite oak tree for deer life, and you're not seeing anything because some scientific reports said that deer move more during the wind. You need to go to places where there's no wind within the wind. That's where you find the whitetails, and that's where Wednesday can be a great day to hunt. But Thursday is the day. That's why you have plenty of time putting this out on Tuesday. 28 degrees. Notice it ticks up a little bit. This is when the conditions are calming. This is critical right here, calming. Doesn't mean it's calm. It means it's calming. We had a week of really boring weather. Then all of a sudden, big temp drop, wind, snow, and then on Thursday it calms on down. You know what the temperature is Thursday morning? Other mornings are high teens, 20. It's 9 degrees Thursday morning. That's our cold time. And always remember, and a lot of people don't know this, you look at the daytime highs and lows. So Wednesday, the low is 9. That doesn't mean in the morning on Wednesday, it means in the morning on Thursday. It's hard to understand that, but the morning low is always for the next day on any given day. So you see on a Friday, if it says the low is 8 degrees, that's Saturday morning. Well, in this case, Wednesday, the low is 9. That means Thursday morning it's going to be 9. That's extremely cold even in our area for this time of year, and that means whitetails are going to feed. They need to feed because big storm came through. That means that there's a lot of stress and noise in the woods. That means deer are stressed. That means they lose energy. They need to replenish that energy. If there's a big storm come through with big winds, they're not out in the open fields feeding like normal at night. Big winds coming through all the way till Wednesday night. That means they're missing quality feeding opportunities, and at the same time the temperature's going from daytime highs in the 40s and 50s down to daytime highs in the 20s. Teens in the morning, low 20s down to 9 degrees in the morning. That means that they're burning energy just to stay alive and produce the body warmth that they need to stay alive. So triple whammy. You have missed feeding opportunities. They feed 5 times in a 24-hour period. So when a storm comes through for 36 hours or 2 days, they're missing quality feeding opportunities because they're not getting out into their high-value feeding opportunities. They're also burning stress. That's the second way. Or they're creating a lot of stress, which is burning energy. And then at the same time, missing feeding opportunities, burning stress, the temperature's changing, so they're having to produce a lot of energy and use a lot of energy to stay warm. So they get hit with a triple whammy of energy depletion. And when that's done, they put the feed back on. So I expect Thursday night in moderate to light winds, deer will be feeding very heavy. Tuesday, under moderate winds, they might be doing really well too, feeding. Wednesday, with high winds, I want to get behind and hide and shelter. Today's going to be a good day for Dylan and I to sit out somewhere, wherever it is, and hopefully you don't shoot something, because then you got to stay late. But no, I know Dylan wants to see a good buck go on the ground named Bo. Yeah. So you're not going to talk me into shooting Lucky when he goes by. I'll just tell you that right now. So I've already passed him up 3 times. Might as well pass him up a 4th if we see him. But bottom line, don't miss this chance and opportunity, guys. We talk about these weather changes. This is a second rut weather alert for a lot of you. We might have one more weather alert in a couple weeks when it really gets into the heart of the second rut for the bulk of the country, which would be around the 10th of December, 15th. But bottom line is, this is one of the last great opportunities for weather during the season. Let's face it, a lot of the seasons begin in September. You'll see this on November 29th. So really a lot of days have passed. A lot of you are hanging it up. One more time to get out. I urge you. Beg, borrow, plead, get another day off work. Hit it, especially when you see this condition right down here of calming conditions after a lot of wind, after a lot of snow. The writing's on the wall. Those that are hunting will have a high success rate, and a lot of dead bucks will be on the ground. Take advantage of it. This is a great opportunity. Don't miss out. I urge everyone out there to really check out my web classes. They've been wildly successful. We have one that details how you should design your land, another one that details how you should plant and maintain and manage a food plot program. How can you make those decisions that fit your land specifically and not someone else's? Unfortunately, there's so much information in the hunting industry that says you should do this, but it doesn't apply to you. These web classes directly apply to you. And then we have our third web class that came out last year, Rut Web Class, navigating the entire rut. And then we have our fourth one coming out, which is hunting hills and thermals. I urge you to check those out, try the web classes, and they're all about teaching, helping you understand how you can navigate, not only managing your property, food plots, and the rut, but also hunting strategically, hills, thermals, and wherever you pursue whitetails for your dream and your passion.